Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Kingdoms Reborn, playing as the Emirates. I've been doing some thinking after the last video, because I was talking about how it felt like we're going way too slow, right? Our population's up to 174, but the AI is up to 257. Even as a vassal state, they seem to be outperforming me in pretty much every possible way. And the thing is, I'm not even on the hardest difficulty of the game. People play this on D difficulty and somehow beat it. I mean, I should probably watch some of their playthroughs and see how they do it. I'm kind of silly not to, but I've been thinking about it a little bit. And I think that I am doing things all wrong. The same mistake that I've made the last several times I've played this, and it always takes me a couple episodes, well, in this case like 6, in order to readjust my strategy and realize I'm just approaching it wrong. So many of these survival games come down to self-sufficiency, being able to produce lots of resources. If you manage all of those chains correctly at the right proportions, you'll end up being fine. But Kingdoms Reborn has always been a little bit weird in that it's so much more focused on the economic game and trade to survive. I think what I should be doing is relying much more upon the laws of comparative advantage, if you've ever heard of such a thing, in order to survive. So what I think we need to do, instead of spending so much of my population, for example, mining coal or clay, instead start focusing on producing luxury goods en masse. I'm talking 8 potters as a starting point. Why? Because if we get up to 8 potters, not only are we going to be more than doubling how much pottery I'm producing right now, but it's more than that because then we'll get the 8 times bonus, a 30% productivity boost retroactively to all of this. We start producing ludicrous amounts of pottery, and with our huge excess of a luxury, we start selling off the excess and buying the coal, and it ends up being the similar amount of labor, but significantly more wealth coming in that I can then use to buy other things. That's the idea behind this. You go ahead and focus on producing like a couple of things really, really well. You go all in on that stuff and stop trying to do everything, right? It is better to do a couple of things unbelievably well than to do everything suboptimally. I think that's how it's supposed to go. We learn this lesson almost every time we play the game. I resist it, and then I regret it. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to get ourselves some extra potters, and we're going to go really crazy on this stuff, all right? So first things first, let's go ahead and get ourselves at least a couple more of them. Let's start with just 2 more to get going. I don't need to completely transition my economy all at once, but we'll go ahead and start getting some of these. I probably don't even need to get the beer brewery, but we are. The other thing I'm going to do, so we don't have to bother spending quite so many of our people producing clay, is I'm going to get a trading company located close to all these potters where I plan on having a bunch of them, and we're just going to import the clay directly. And here's the great thing about trading companies, right? They don't take laborers to work. The resources just magically appear. The only thing we need with our workers is to transport the goods. That's it. So it's a very efficient way to have the materials suddenly appear in the middle of your productive area, and then just transport the goods and you're done. And if we produce enough, right? If we produce enough where 7 clay turns into 10 pottery, that is 7 gold per clay turning into 18.5 per pottery, but we get more than a 1-to-1 ratio. Once these cards come into play, you start getting a lot of money. A lot of money. So that's what I'm going to go for. We're going to try for it. Let's see how well we do with it. Is there anything I want to do as far as some technology here? No. I think we just continue working on more of the, upgrades over here. What I do want to do is get some homebrew, and the reason why is if we're going to be going ham on pottery, and all my houses have pottery, then why are we still using this investment card, right? We're making so much money, this doesn't do me a lot of good. So we're going to go ahead and swap that out for pottery, boost up my science production by hopefully a pretty huge amount. That way we can get through our upgrades a lot faster. Oh, something else that I noticed I should have mentioned at the very end of the last video. I noticed that somehow I accidentally had set my fruit gatherers to only 100 oranges, which we were easily hitting, and therefore we stopped gathering fruit way, way, way too early in the year. Yeah, that feels bad, man. I've obviously reset that up to 1,000, so, oops. Y'all can yell at me in the comment section and tell me I'm an idiot. It's okay. You're probably not wrong. I accept it. But the good thing is, we're learning. We're getting better as we go. Let's toss in that homebrew. I currently have 629 science. We can go ahead and get rid of the investment card for now. Never mind. No, I can't. We can sell it. I don't need this right now, so we're just going to go ahead and sell that sucker. So that boosts me, oh my gosh, almost 200 science. That's a huge boost. All right, now we're going to start getting upgrades way faster. This is very, very good. All we have to do is survive for a bit longer, and we'll be golden. I think I'm going to cancel these beer breweries, by the way. Kind of in the same vein of what I was just talking about, we might as well specialize in something in particular. Producing all this wheat is great, but we're clearly using all of it up in order to get this wheat flour going. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, how much we are draining. We're producing 1,400, using up 169. The ratios feel right, but shouldn't we be getting way, way more wheat flour out of all this? If we're farming out a couple hundred of this wheat, I need to keep an eye on the wheat, basically. Let's see what happens this harvest and see how much we actually produce. Because somehow we're going through all this, and I feel like I'm getting nowhere near as much food as I was promised. Which seems a little weird. I don't know if maybe people are taking the wheat flour and consuming it themselves, or the wheat themselves. That's obviously not what I would want them to do, but it could very well be the case. I don't know. We should also go to our job priorities and make sure we have this all set up. For example, this whole coal mine thing needs to actually be a low priority. The potter does need to be a high priority. The clay pit, low priority as well. Quarry, I guess I'll leave alone for now. I'm good with the farming, some of the fishing. I would like to be at least semi-self-sufficient when it comes to our food. But the pita bakery, the fruit gatherer, windmill needs to be a top priority, tools need to be a top priority. All this looks more or less okay. But some of the basic resource gathering needs to be a lower priority, I think. Brickworks, yeah, oh gosh. How do we want to organize this? Like, I need my luxuries and other resources to be top priorities. Furniture, tequila. This all seems okay. Yeah, so we're making all luxury jobs the top priority in all cases. Hopefully I am making the right call, because I am literally banking my entire economy upon this. So let's see. The wheat harvest is starting to come in. It looks like we're producing somewhere on the order of quite a lot so far this year. Several hundred. Might get to about 700 this year, it looks like. Only consuming 280 or so. Now, that's the thing, though. Hang on, let me do a quick little bit of math. So, 716, divide that by, let's say, 16, gets me 44.75, multiply that 35, that should get me 1,566 wheat flour per year if we go through this entire thing without anyone eating it, right? And we take that 1,566, divide that by 13, then multiply that by 114. We should be producing almost 14,000 pitas per year off of this wheat harvest. So the question to me now is, what the heck are you guys doing with the dang wheat? Are you guys literally eating this? Edible grain that can be brewed into beer. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they can actually consume this. I might need to check on this later and just see. Like, do my pops eat wheat? Do they eat raw wheat grains? That would be gross. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past them. They seem like the disgusting type of people who would do things like that, am I right? I don't know. Maybe. Well, we'll keep an eye on that, but this does definitely tell me we should be producing ludicrous amounts of food, and somehow that's not happening. It looks to me, by the way, that people are actually eating all of the wheat. If there are other foods around, supposedly in the game, they are going to prioritize other things instead, which is obviously preferable. But since I'm clearly so low on food all the time, people find the closest food that's available to them, which is often wheat. So they're eating it before I can turn it all into flour. Y'all need to just hold your horses. If you can just hold it in, right, and not eat anything for, I don't know, let's say a couple of months, all right? If you can do that for not a couple of months or something ridiculous, maybe we'd be able to produce enough food that this wouldn't be an issue. But no, y'all greedy. Y'all gotta eat it all. Okay, so this is what my trade is looking like now. Whenever we have a huge excess of tequila, we start selling it off, hence why I'm now making a ridiculous amount of money. We're starting to build up on our pottery, and as we start getting that out, we're gonna go ahead and start selling it. Now, of course, as we offload massive amounts of resources, the prices are going to fluctuate a fair bit, but it's not too bad. I'd rather be able to sell off massive amounts of pottery at 18.8 and then just buy the clay so I can keep making it, and then have extra money to buy wheat so I can keep those mills running at all times, buy more agave if we're ever running low, etc., etc. And so far, believe it or not, we've stabilized fairly well. We haven't had any issues with clay. We have occasionally had issues with coal, but for the most part, we're doing okay. And I am running lower on agave, but we'll just supplement that by buying it as we need to, and the tequila is worth significantly more. Like, that's not bad. Now, if we want to make this even better, aha, trade relations. Less trading fee per level. Now, that could be pretty nice for me. There's a fee right there. It's 5%. Reduce that a little bit down to 0%, and all of a sudden we're making raw profits. So we're just getting a little bit more money out of everything. Look how much money I got. I could do anything with this money now. Believe it or not, we're starting to reach a point where I could almost just go on a conquest spree and try to win the game right now if I were willing to siphon enough money into units. I mean, I'm not, but we could try for it if we were feeling really crazy. Oh yeah, and something else we're going to go ahead and do. It's time to start getting tailoring up and a-running. So we'll turn this on. I know it takes 7 workers. That's fine. 7 workers working over here turn 29 wool into 20 clothes. We currently have almost 3,000 wool, so I should probably be taking advantage of this. In fact, if anything, because we have so many ranching benefits, what I should be doing, instead of only expanding out into the desert, start expanding down over into some other nice ranching territory, clear out all the trees, get a whole bunch of ranches set up, and turn on another 8 tailors, right? Exact same thing that we're trying to do with the pottery right now, but I've only got 6 of these. I got 2 more to go. Get 8 tailors, so we have a huge number of boosts, up to 45% each. That's almost 1-to-1, and we'll be producing so much wool and so much clothes, we make ludicrous amounts of money. Yeah, that's what we got to work toward now. Oh, good. More sustainability books. I was hoping about that. Okay, so yeah, we're looking really good. By the way, may I please note that almost all of our houses are currently sitting at level 5, looking very good, in fact. And now we can go for the Enlightenment era. This has been so much faster. Oh my gosh. I need to just remember this. Kingdoms Reborn. Different game. You've got to go for the rule of comparative advantage. We are now rolling in massive amounts of money. I'm actually getting a good amount of science. Everything is good across the board because I made one swap. I am mass producing one thing. I've chosen to be a master, not a jack of all trades. And it's working, dang it. We're about to approach the Enlightenment Age. Oh my god, everything's going so much faster. I'm not even kidding. What a difference. What a difference if you play the game correctly. Lordy. All right, what do we want for an era bonus? Rationalism. Science for happiness above 80%, which we are currently not at all. But with passion books, we could almost get there. Romanticism. 1% attractiveness for each house level 5. I mean, technically speaking, city attractiveness, we could get this up to about 100% if we did this. I guess I'll go for romanticism. I would like rationalism if we were more on top of our happiness, but without a lot more passion books, that's not happening right now. So we'll do this. Boom. All right. We've unlocked card removal. Card removal cards can be used to remove any unused cards from the deck that you draw from. Don't know why I would want that. Protectionism? Ooh. 20% luxury resources productivity doubles the importing fee. But we don't plan on importing much. Or science boosts for every trading post, port, or company. Ooh, these are both very good for me. 20% more resource productivity. Now here's the thing. I will still be importing, but I can continue reducing the fee so it's not that bad. We could get ourselves a little bit of extra science, which would be really good, but I just feel like protectionism suits the playstyle we're going for really well. So we're going to go for that. 20% more productivity here. 7 clay now turns into 12 pottery, 11 agave, and a 14 tequila. I mean, agave is so cheap. This is one heck of a value increase, am I wrong? It's outstanding. Now, I do wish that a lot of these jobs had higher happiness than 70%. Then I could have gone for rationalism, and that would have made things really nice, but alas and alack, 'twas not an option for us. So now we're selling off excess pottery. I am making huge amounts of money, and everything's looking fine. Yeah. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for taking so long to get to this. I am sure some people have been saying things in the comments. Oh, man, you guys like to say things in the comments, but you know what? In this case, it's probably deserved. I admit it. Now that we're in the Enlightenment Age, something I'm going to go ahead and do is start buying a massive amount of glass. Why? Because glass can be used for upgrading a lot of these buildings in the same way that bricks could be. Increasing work speed on a few key structures would be pretty darn helpful. I'm looking at you, Pita Bakeries. Get you guys to be working a little bit faster. Maybe the same thing here with these windmills, yeah? That'd be pretty good. Oh, we actually have enough money. We should probably look at getting an upgrade for our town hall. Let's do that. Boom, look at that. Oh my gosh, everything changed. Okay, cool. So we now have sharing is caring cards available. All right, also set delivery targets. Set the storage and market where the building's output will be stored. Delivery target, there it is. Okay, yeah. So we want to deliver, ideally over to, like, this warehouse, and we want to deliver over here. Right, okay, I'm sorry. I was misunderstanding how the delivery targets work. Right, so what we can do is say, once you're done producing this, take it over here, and that way it's delivered close to the pita bakery, so this is just a little bit more efficient. We can do something similar here with our farms. So, for example, let's say the wheat all gets delivered ideally to this warehouse here, so it's all close to our windmill. Just realized we totally forgot to do more tech. What do we want? Policy making? Policy good for global bonuses could be nice. School? Yeah, extra science, a lot of extra science could be nice. Logistics, haul specific goods around, that could be kind of helpful as well. We can fit another card. I could go for something. You know, I do want to get the shrubbery. We actually already got it. Never mind. I was thinking we could go ahead and upgrade some of the attractiveness of some of these homes, but oh well. Sultan's Castle. That's fun. Resource Outpost. Extract resources from a foreign province. Costs 10,000 influence. Oh my gosh, yeah. But it costs 34,000 science to research. Okay, first things first then. We go for school. Boost that up. I've been wondering what to do with this influence, and now I'm realizing I can steal the resources from all my vassals. This is perfect. This is everything I could have possibly hoped for. Okay, so my science is boosted up to about 1,600 now, thanks to the library and, the school giving me almost an extra 300 right there. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're getting 226 just from homebrew, by the way. Kind of surprised how effective that's been, but I ain't unhappy about it, that's for sure. All right, so we've got 8 potters, I've got 4 furniture workshops, I've got 4 tequila distilleries. But with so much wool being produced, over 1,000 per year, we really would benefit from trying to get some additional tailors set up. Now, I could try to set up another industrial area over here, and we'll just ship all of the wool down over here. And that's not a terrible plan, unless we want to set up more ranches, in which case, even then, it's probably better to use this space for the ranches and just deliver the materials over here, right? Once we get logistics level 4, that becomes pretty feasible. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. By the way, before I forget, I'm going to set up a few shrubberies. We want a shrubbery right down over here, which apparently I can't just click and drag. I have to do this all manually, greatly increasing the appeal value of this area. I'm using this just to make everyone around a little bit happier because they have a prettier home. Look at all these little shrubberies. It's so beautiful. Okay, we're going to set up 3 more tailors down over here, and I did add an extra little layer of roads here so I can just manually boost up the appeal, because obviously it makes people a little bit upset living close to industry and stuff, but with this many shrubs, I'm pretty sure that the appeal value should have gone up enough here. Yeah, the appeal's 120-something%, despite the fact that they're going to be next to a bunch of industrial buildings. Shrubs are underestimated, in my opinion. It's a good way to kind of brunt force placing industry next to a bunch of homes without having too much issue. So there's the policy office. I do look forward to that. Let's see what else we can do with logistics level 4. I'm going to want to deliver plenty of wool down over here. So with 4 of these set up, we'll be getting ourselves a nice productivity boost of 30%. So we'll be about at a 1-to-1 ratio from wool to clothes. Good lord, that means I could produce somewhere on the order of 1,000 clothes per year if I have enough productivity to work it up. By the way, notice that we're up to 85% happiness, and that's because, just straight out, the city attractiveness is that high. People are really happy having all them shrubs. Oh, I just realized we still have this Master Potter card hidden up over here. Right, let's go ahead and toss that in over here. That's another 20% efficiency for all of our potters. 12 clay now produces 15 pottery. I am more than making a profit. Wowee! That's gonna be amazing. All right, now I've placed down the policy office over here. We also got the spy nest. I decided to go ahead and just place this down. So right now we can set it to counterintelligence, plan out stealing, kidnapping, or terrorism. Okay. Gain influence from spy nests. This becomes more effective, or espionage on our cities becomes less effective. I guess I'll do that. Reveal spy nest over here. No spy nest. So we can just use some money to find out if the AI is spying on me at any time. No spy nest found here either. I don't even know if the AI does that. All right. We can spend... Oh my god, this is going to be unbelievable. We can spend influence on national pride to gain attractiveness for every level. Production bonuses. Oh my god. Or oh my god. Oh my god, I can do so many of these. Okay, we found something overpowered. Woo! All right. So I just got myself a 30% production bonus across the board. And I think I just eliminated all trade fees. Yeah, for like the rest of the game, trade fees are no... Okay, this might be too strong. There needs to be a cap. There needs to be a cap around like level 5. I can keep going. I mean, as long as we keep producing influence, I guess, but we found something to spend it on. Holy cram. All right, so now 12 is becoming 17. Wow. Wow. That is so unbelievably strong, it's ridiculous. And may I also point out that even with some of our imports coming in, including food, decided to go ahead and add that on there just so I can kind of relieve some pressure. We're making a profit simply because I'm able to sell so much pottery. We are now making 1,000 pottery per year. Why did I do this sooner? I'm so stupid! Now, I will note that a lot of my houses are starting to go empty over here because apparently they're kind of reorganizing the labor force in a few different ways. This is a little weird. Not sure why I would want them to do that, but okay. I'm going to go ahead and increase the number of workers so you can grab basically nothing but wool out of this warehouse and go ahead and start delivering it over here. And do we have enough laborers? No. Yeah, we don't have enough laborers for all of my current jobs. That's why the immigration needs to be going a little bit faster over here. But we can house up to 244 people, so we're starting to get there. I need a little bit more trading capacity because we're getting close to the cap here. And by the way, it seems like instead of each individual trading center or company importing one resource at a time like it used to, all of them together just add on to the total amount you can import and export. What I don't know is where do the resources that get bought or bought just like drop off? Which trading company, whichever is closest to where it's needed? Is that how? That'd be very convenient, but somehow I don't feel like that's it. I have no idea, but regardless, we need a bit more capacity in some of these things. If I could have a massive amount of bricks, I'd go ahead and start upgrading some of the hearth fireplaces. We are starting to run out of wood now because I've stopped completely chopping anything down. We'll go ahead and see if we can knock down a bunch more trees. That'll be fine. And let's keep boosting up things like the PETA. I got myself a third one located over here. We just need to have more workers, keeping it all under control. Where is like a hauling center? What was it called? It was... I forgot what it was called. Hauling service, that's it. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up another one of these so we can continue grabbing things in this approximate area and dropping them off, because obviously we don't want things getting full over here. Well, I'm going to end this video here. This was a lot faster for me to record because we actually made some dang progress, because I'm not an idiot anymore. I've remembered how this game works, and now we should be getting into a position where I can start to dominate absolutely everything. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.